we are being streamed.
Then I call the meeting to order.
I'm just crossing
At
off.
3:36. And we are missing Joyce Worrell and Bob Mackenzie Sullivan, but we do have Donna Mayo, Dave Montgomery, Rob Newgard, Elaine Clam, George Sharp, and Jessica Reeves Rush. And no surprise guests.
So you have the minutes are on the back side of your agenda because I wanted to save paper.
Good girl.
So if you'd look those over.
Can someone move to approve these?
I would move to approve the minutes.
Go ahead.
I second.
Perfect. Thank you.
Okay, and then
Do we have
Any
any comments
discuss-
from the non-existing public?
any discussion
Oh.
on the motion?
Oh, any discussion on the minutes?
Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
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 Okay, since we have no public, we'll just move right on to the new application. Everyone should have a copy. George got these done. So I know it looked really cumbersome on the computer, looking at all the pages, but when you get right down to it, it's not too bad considering how much information we're trying to get out there. And so taking a quick peek at it, and everybody's had a chance, I think, to look at it since we sent it out. Any comments, edits needed? The plan is to get this out according to our timeline. It goes out Wednesday.
I was going to say, it goes out this week, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. So,
So now, do they download their application?
it will be
and what-
a downloadable PDF. And, right, George? That's what the plan was, I believe?
That's the plan, just, I give you a PDF.
I think right now all I have is the JPEGs.
Yeah, I didn't send her the PDF. I just forwarded it to
So
you.
we give you the PDF, can you do that?
Mm-hmm.
So yes, it will be a downloadable PDF. All the pages will print out and should be good to go.
You want me to make a fillable PDF, so people can actually type in there versus handwrite in there?
That's fine with me. What do you think, Jessica? You're going to be on the receiving end.
I just have to figure out if that's compatible with our forms on the webpage. This is something I'm going to have to learn how to do. I'm not sure.
I can make it fillable, I just know that's.
Yeah. Yeah.
can
I don't
make
know.
it fillable and give it to you.
I will let you know.
Okay.
I'll get back to you on that. How's that? Okay.
Okay, so were there?
The PDF is on the city's website. Is that where to find it?
It will be.
Will be,
Will be.
yeah.
Okay.
I just have to figure out how to do that.
The city also has a Facebook page, we can have it. I think we got the PDF on the Facebook page.
And George, will Wa Arts help promote this? Okay, so great.
Is that the city's only social media account, is Facebook? Or is there others that I'm
Yeah,
not
it's
aware
just
of? Okay.
Facebook.
All right, yeah, I think it'd be good to put it on socials, for sure.
And then you could also email to them if they request it.
Yes. That'd be easy.
Since you're involved in the school, is there a way to, a quick way to get that out to our art teachers and things?
Yeah, I actually I took a couple of the pages from the initial PDF and emailed it to our art teacher at the high school, and so I've been busy. So we'll wait and see what she thinks. I'm sure she'll be super excited about this. So I don't know. I think we could probably just have it posted in Google Classroom or something like that, and then the kids can get to the PDF. We could print out a few of these to take to the school too.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Yeah, we really want to involve our,
Oh, yeah.
especially our local
Yeah.
kids, so that'd be super.
I think
Okay.
it'd be neat.
Okay. I know Tenino Arts will be posting it, and we'll have PDFs available on our site as well. And we'll just, I spoke with Alan Perio, who is with the Art Bus, Folk Art in Olympia, and he's willing to try and get it on their website as well. So we'll just keep connecting with different connections to artists and see what we can do. So are we all good with the application?
Mm-hmm.
Will it be in the newspaper?
Sure.
What was the question?
The whole
Will it be
application
in
or
the
just?
newspaper?
Well,
Yeah,
that,
we'll do a media release.
Yeah.
that would be awesome.
We'll do a public relations media release.
He will send it out to everybody.
George is well
Okay.
connected, so we will get it out
He has
there.
a long list of people he can send it out to.
Does that include, can we go after the creative district head people to try and get that out there? Awesome. Okay, we're good. We'll get more than 23, I can guarantee that. So, okay, so the next part of business is talking about the judges for our banner contest. And hopefully everybody's had a chance to speak with someone or a couple someones about suggestions or excuse me, the opportunity to judge. And anybody have names they want to throw into the hat?
I contacted 2 individuals from the school district. I talked to Clint Endicott, the superintendent. I also talked to Brock Williams, who's the principal at Parkside. Brock's a local,
Yep.
born and raised.
Oh,
So,
great.
and of course, Clint. So both have agreed that they would be willing to do that if asked.
Okay.
Both good candidates.
Both, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
My suggestions are Susan Mankowski, who has lived here for 30 plus years. Kids went to school through the system. She's also a glass artist in addition to working for the state, so a real strong candidate, I think. My second candidate it was my third choice, and probably not as strong. Alan Perio, who does have he's a ceramicist who works in Tenino. He hasn't had as long a history in Tenino, so that would be the deficit, but his art eye is amazing, so that's what makes him a plus for me, so, okay. Dave, did you have anyone?
I need to hear back from him, but
Okay.
Ella Kaplan at the high school, she's the art teacher. This is her 3rd year. She's not from here, so I kind of I
Yeah.
understand, but yeah, if you just want somebody that can know their stuff, she would be fantastic. She's a great art teacher. I haven't talked to her yet, but I'll talk to, we have a senior, Cameron Oliveira, who's very artistic and really has her head screwed on straight, great kid. So I'm going to see that then we'd have somebody that could, represent our youth, I guess,
Okay.
potentially. So
Okay.
I think she'd be a cool addition.
And how old is she?
She's 17 or 18.
Okay.
She might be 18.
Okay. All right.
I had Jaden Salser. She was a graduate of Tenino High School 2 years ago, and she goes to Evergreen College
Okay.
as graphic design.
Okay.
But I said she might want to enter, so
Right.
she's kind of waiting to see what the rules and regulations were before she decided which side she wanted to be on.
Okay.
And I didn't think to ask because I was going to contact Linda, and I totally forgot it this weekend
Oh.
to see if she had a name to submit, and I'm sure she does because she knows so many people.
Right, right. And truth is, we do want to involve the business people if possible, just so we've got that other perspective. It's not just art. This is Tenino as a whole. So, okay, all right. Well, maybe we can
But
get
somebody else that seems to be interested is Bob from the Tenino Eagles.
Bob,
Isn't his name Bob?
how about the treasurer?
Commander of the Eagles.
The treasurer or the manager?
He-
Jim's the treasurer.
Yeah, Jim's the treasurer, no, it was the, he spoke at the chamber meeting.
Forrest Bergen?
Pardon?
Forrest spoke at the chamber once.
I thought his name was Bob, but I could be wrong, and somebody told me the other day that he tries to stay active in the,
He's with the Eagles,
yeah,
and he's the manager.
he's a well, the, whatever they called the person in charge, the president of the Eagles is what I understood.
I can find out from Jim who that is.
Yeah.
So they're all down by when?
We actually have time for our, once we get our applications in, what people start turning in art. So at this point, I'd like to wait for a couple more names. And in the meantime, if you'll clarify if those two people are interested. And if you want to get a hold of Linda and
Yeah,
see
I will.
what her suggestions might be, then we'll come together again and go through and look at qualifications and what works well. But we haven't even sent out our application yet, so we're not quite in the same rush for the judging. So, does that make sense? Okay, so at our next meeting, we will need to talk about the process. And you, Jessica, you and George and I will need to talk about what's going to work best for you as they come in and all that other stuff. So, okay.
Another group, like if anybody needs more names in the thing or is having trouble thinking of a Tenino group to approach for somebody that might judge, would be the Historical Society. Has a number of people who are very invested in the town and know the history very well. So
Well,
just throwing that out there.
I'd be very happy for you to submit some names as well, so since you
Okay.
know that group. So maybe next time we come, if you have two names you feel like are good candidates, let's.
Yeah, Mary or Bob.
Okay,
Those are the two I would
okay.
throw out there. But I'd have to ask them.
Yep, right.
And make sure Mary's back from Cabo.
Oh.
Right.
But she's an artist too.
Okay.
She teaches
And
art.
so we would want to know if she would rather enter versus be a
Oh,
judge.
That's true. That's
Mhm.
true.
That's
So-
the way Jaden is.
Right, right. So we really would rather have our qualified people entering artwork, and then we'll find others who can judge. So, okay. So that goes for your student as well.
Yes, I know. I'll tell her that for sure.
Yes. So, okay. Is there any other business we need to take care of?
Nope. The judges, I think, was the thing that
Okay.
you said you wanted to convene about.
Right.
Mhm.
And
And the other thing is we could, call Joyce and ask her what her names were if she had any. If she, you said she was just at home, but maybe that's not the proper order.
Yeah, call right now.
Yeah, I mean, just see if she's got some suggestions too that we can.
And I'll see Linda tomorrow night.
Okay.
You could put her on speakerphone. Oh well, we tried.
She's having her floor installed by Friday.
Oh.
So rather than physically meet for the names while we're processing this, would the group be okay if we submitted names online, mentioned their qualifications, and then when we came together, we could, or even vote online versus taking up time to come in. So.
Your definition online is email.
So yes, email, and discuss it over the email versus trying to get everybody together all at one point in time.
Mm-hmm.
Does that work for everyone? Okay, since we've got some time to do that.
Yeah.
Okay. Do I need to call a motion for that, or no?
I don't think so.
Okay. All right. What?
Elaine, are you comfortable presenting this to council tomorrow night? Just let them know that we've come up with the application, we'll be releasing it.
Sure, I can.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I can be here to answer questions if you have any.
Okay.
Are you gonna bring printed out copies for them too?
I was gonna say,
I won't be here tomorrow night, so.
You have a special thing going on.
So, will you do copies?
I'll
He's
Oh,
gonna
you're
make
gonna-
copies.
yeah, I'll make them bring them to all the council members.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I can. But I don't know how good it'll always turn out. I went to print these things. I went to print today, and my printer wouldn't work.
No, I
I had to undo it and rehook it up, and I finally got it to work.
Okay.
So would it be possible for everyone to get 2 names, qualified names, with their permission, emailed to us, emailed to the group by the 27th? That's 2 weeks from today. That work? Okay, the 27th. That we will have all the names on a list, and we can then make some moves from there. Okay?
I assume we don't need to wait until the 27th?
No, the sooner the better, since you are ready, just about ready to go.
Lest I forget.
27th is 2 weeks from today?
It's not necessarily for a meeting, right?
No, it's just, that's our deadline for getting names,
Deadline.
yes, names to each other. Okay. Do we have any old business that we need to take care of? Nope. No announcements, we're all good, okay.
I can remind everybody that we're going to have the 150th Jubilee on July 8th. Right now it's looking like it's probably going to be 10 to 4. And if you have, as the Arch Commission, this is kind of an event that falls under your wheelhouse, because we're going to have all kinds of activities, all kinds of groups. We're going to invite to this. So like nonprofits might be able to come and do little fundraisers there. We're talking about having contests, possibly like asking the little leagues to do an exhibition game. So there'll be some recreation. Any ideas anybody has that they want to bring to the table to make the party just the best? Or groups that you can think of that I should invite that might benefit from being represented there? Let me know.
Okay.
I'm always looking for ideas.
Okay. Would the folk art school be a good candidate for having information out there?
They may be, yeah.
Okay.
And to do like an educational booth,
Mhm.
there's not going to be any charge for that. And and this is something that all still has to get okayed, so I can't put pricing out or what we want to do. But we may have some booth fees if you're selling something or fundraising, but it will be minimal.
Okay.
There'll be very low fees for an event like this because it would just be to recoup admin costs around putting this on. The city we don't do a lot of our own hosting of events. It's always been the chamber or somebody else hosting it. So this is uncharted territory.
And the quarry house will be open?
The quarry house will be open by then, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. The quarry pool be open by then. I still have hope for that. So.
Okay. Okay. All right, so we're not actually scheduling a next meeting at this point in time, unless we need to do that. Do we need to do that? Looking at.
Thinking about the timeline, is there something that we will need to get together for? Or we can always schedule a meeting via email as well.
Okay.
But just so you know, Donna, Public Works was all excited about the idea of closing down Olympia Street if we wanted to do
A chalk
a
art?
chalk art competition
Oh, perfect.
for the Jubilee.
Okay, all right. To fill you in, Jessica had mentioned it at Chamber, that the Jubilee and Tenino Arts agreed to try and sponsor something, and we might go in with another group and sponsor a chalk art training and then a whole like competition kind of a thing. And so to be able to close off a street, that would be
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
So,
And the library is sponsoring a magician that's going to come.
oh,
So
good.
that's another way people can participate if they want to sponsor some kind of entertainment also.
Can we talk about the submissions being reviewed by the Arts Commission, 17th through the 20th?
I think you and I and Jessica need to determine how we're going to actually physically make it possible before we can pick times. So, but looking at that, March 17th through the 30th, everybody going to be in town for at least part of that time?
It should be.
Okay. Elaine, will you still be our person?
Yes, until April
Okay.
9th.
Okay, all right. After the three of us talk about how we're actually physically going to do that, then we can kind of narrow down, you know, when we need people to come in and look at what we've got to edit the submissions. So, does that make sense? Okay, all right. Okay, I think that's kind of it. Our next get-together literally will be on email, so as we turn in our names and qualifications. So,
So you said we could look at the art The deadline for submission is March 15th, and then where were you going to display them?
That's what we still have to discuss.
Oh, you still have?
Yeah, we need to
oh.
work out all those little rough
Those
details.
rough details.
Yes,
I see.
yes.
Okay.
So when rooms are available and when we can actually, how we're going to physically do that. So we don't know how many will be online, if they need to be printed out, we've got some logistics to work through.
Okay.
So, okay, so if there's no other business, I call the meeting adjourned.
Sure.
I don't know how to do this. Does anybody need to say anything else after that?
Well, I'm trying to think in this situation, if you do a motion to adjourn and then somebody says yes and it doesn't need a second.
I move we adjourn.
There we go.
Woohoo.
All right, we're adjourned.